Hello from the other side. I must have died 1,000 times. Wow, what a dramatic song here. So if you're listening today and you're wondering why is Sally singing an Adele song? It's because number one, I like it. Number two, when I was in high school, I used to do a little bit of singing. Hey, it's been a while. But number three, it made me realize that it's a dramatic song. This is a serious, dramatic song. And if I pull up the lyrics, she talks about, can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. I've forgotten how it feels before the world fell at our feet. How sad is that? It is such a dramatic, full on song. And why did it come to me? I was listening to it the other day, and then I was like, this song is just like a story I got told recently by someone who wanted to start their health and fitness regime. They were like, Sally, I'm ready to go. I'm sick and tired of being overweight. I'm sick and tired and have this belly gut. It just makes me really uncomfortable. And they were detailing how uncomfortable they were and how unhappy it all makes them, and how hard it's been, and so adamant about how they're going to change, and they detailed the ways they're going to change. They were like, yep, join the gym, but they'd never kind of joined a gym before. And so join a gym and order food online and all these dramatic changes. And it just reminded me of this song. It's so dramatic. But then I got to thinking, was the next thing they told me was, yep, I'm going to do all these things. And then here it comes. But you are the most beautiful person on earth. But yes, and when they said that, my heart, it felt like somebody squeezed something around my heart and just squeezed it tight. And I didn't have any air. And then they said, but I'm going to start next month. So you can imagine that I've heard all these stories before, people who are really adamant about change, and that's awesome. Like, I'm all about change. I love it. It takes a long time for people to get to that stage. But the thing I don't understand, and throughout my years as a coach, as a personal trainer, that why do you wait? You've gotten to this position. It's been so hard for you to actually have this realization that you are ready to change. And then all of a sudden it's like, but I just got to wait till I've got about 5 birthdays and I've got a wedding and I've got this, and it doesn't suit me at the moment, so I'm going to change in a month. Well, sorry, health and fitness doesn't work that way. The world does not work that way. The world does not wait for you. Okay? So I know it sounds a little bit harsh, but hey, it's true. And if you're listening to my podcast, you either stumbled upon it or you like what I have to say. And people that know me, or if you're starting to get to know me, I'm a bit black and white. I tell it how it is, and some people don't like it. So through my experiences, I've realized people put so much expectations on themselves. Like, they go from 0 to 1,000, not even 100. They go 0 to 1,000. I've never trained before, but I'm going to go and enroll in the Olympics. I know that's a bit dramatic. And that's why I wanted to compare it to Adele's song. It's such a dramatic song. And I don't want you listening out there to fail before you begin. So why am I saying the fail word? Because I've seen it happen before. People put so much expectations on themselves, so much pressure, so much. And you haven't even built to that level of pressure. So it's like, I've started to do some Olympic lifting, and it's been about, let's say, 3 months now, and I'm getting a bit quicker. I really want to lift heavier, but obviously I have to get the technique right, because there's no point in me snatching or trying to snatch 40, 50 kilos when I can't even get underneath the bar. There's no point in me, trying to snatch 60 kilos and going to the Olympics when I can't even get the technique right. So I'm comparing this story that I heard to Adele's song because it's so dramatic. Don't make your health and fitness regime as dramatic as an Adele song. How catchy is that? Don't make it as dramatic, okay? So if you've just said to yourself you want to start training, that's bloody awesome. I love it. But ask yourself, can you get the foundations down pat? Can you get the fundamentals down pat? Are you eating nutritious food? Are you picking that nutritious meal over, a beer and a pie? Those are the behaviors that you need to start on now. Like I made the mistake when I first started training where I was like from 0 to 1,000. I did that too. That's why I don't want you to do the same thing. I want you out there to start on incremental changes. So how do you do that, Sally? Well, the first thing you got to ask yourself is, are you sleeping well? And not just, yeah, Sally, when I put my head down on the pillow, I'm like dead to the world. No. Do you sleep at a certain time? Do you sleep throughout the night? And do you wake up at a certain time? Are you refreshed? Sleep is so underrated. It's underrated. This is where your body begins to recover. So if you've started to train at 6 a.m. and you're up at 5 and you've never done that before and you're not sleeping, this is a recipe for disaster. And then all of a sudden you're cutting calories. This is a recipe for disaster. You're training 6 days a week. What do you think is going to happen? Again, you go from 0 to 1,000 and you want to train consistently for 3 months. And then what happens? What is your exit strategy? I want you to think about that. What is your exit strategy? After you get your goal, what happens next? Are you going to go back to your old ways? Are you going to be having a couple of beers at night and then, on the weekend, you have undisclosed number and that belly gut is going to get bigger and bigger and you get stuck into a routine. That routine is life, having fun, and then how we're going to get back to health and fitness again. So my top tips, don't make this new journey of your life so dramatic as my lovely Adele. I love her. She's the best, great song, but it's too much too soon for you. So not only do you need to focus on your sleep, you need to start making those proper, smarter food choices. And then go for a walk. Keep it simple. Once you have graduated to do those things, then by all means, get a coach. Join a gym. You have earned the right to go to the next step. But where I see people fail is they can't get these fundamentals down. They cannot get them down. And so as soon as something happens in life, they're paying for a membership that they don't even use. And that's great for a gym. I mean, I've seen it at big boss gyms. They love you. You are their bread and water. I think it's called bread and water. Correct me if I'm wrong. You are the best. They love you. Okay? Because I've seen it. 12 months go down the track and you're paying for a membership and it's like, yeah, maybe I should cancel, but you don't. Why don't you cancel? It's because you have to then admit to yourself that you haven't really done much and yeah, you kind of failed. And that's okay. It's okay if you failed because everybody's failed. But the biggest thing you need to get out of this is how are you going to stop these habits again? How are you going to use all these systems to benefit you in the long term? If you're thinking about having kids, be aware of the habits that you currently have and you might transfer to baby. Because monkey see, monkey do, babies, kids will see and they'll mimic exactly what you do. So if you get those foundations right, obviously not perfect, but you definitely have to be aware of those things. So this is a short little episode. This is a little episode to get that fire underneath you and hopefully help you look at your new routine in a different perspective and that it's not all or nothing. Okay, it's incremental changes to make a big picture. It's like puzzles. I'm not a fan of puzzles. maybe because I was never good at them. But you get a big box full of puzzles, okay? And by piece, you put them together and it becomes a miraculous, beautiful, gorgeous picture, whatever you want. I'm going to do, I'm going to use an example. I'm going to be like, it's a picture of Mariah Carey on an amazing, in a studio with some cool kind of, chairs and, very retro instruments. I'm going to do that. That's my visual. And then, slowly, slowly, I'm putting those puzzles together. Just like your health and fitness regime, you need to put it piece by piece, puzzle by puzzle. Don't turn your health and fitness into such a dramatic thing. Keep it simple, keep it easy, and get it done. My name is Sally from the Me Movement. Thanks for joining me today, guys. And I hope you got something out of this today. Have an awesome, wonderful day. Bye now.